You know who it is. You know who you rocking with. It's your boy Cool, man. And I hope everybody having a good day. I hope everybody blessed by the good man upstairs, which I know you is if you watching this video. Because, I mean, he's still allowing your life to go on. Man, I just was watching my sister YouTube. And it's called Transparently Being Myself, or being something like that. Will he allow? Or, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to try to get the link and put it in the bottom. And I'm going to try to, you know what I mean, have y'all actually see what I mean. You know what I mean? Right now, washing a little dishes, doing a little something, just, you know, right? What's happening? But I was watching my sister video, and like she was saying when she was growing up, how my mom, our mom, you know, took some steps sometimes and had to go and live with family members, or live with my grandma, or live with, you know, someone, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, they went through hard times. And she was saying that they had, like, poverty. And, you know, I believe it's levels to poverty. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's levels to it. You know what I mean? You got dirt poor that don't got nothing. I mean, like, to where they gotta go hunt for their food. And then you got, like, you know, we can afford something, but we can't afford it all. You know, so and she did say in her video that she wasn't in poverty, but she was in poverty. Like, you know what I'm saying? I guess her friends, the friends that she was around, I guess their parents had, you know, more stuff, or the kids that she was around had more stuff than we did. You know what I mean? Or she did at the time. You know what I mean? Because by the time I was born, my sister, well, by the time I was probably 5, 6 years old, 4, 5 years old, my sister was already in high school, my oldest sister. I'm 36 right now, and I think she's 51. So do the math. You know, me and her oldest daughter is 3 to 4 years apart, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's like my oldest niece was like my baby sister. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't like my niece, to where I knew what it means to be an uncle. You know what I mean? I knew what it means to be, you know, a whole great role model in her life. You know what I'm saying? I don't want her to do wrong. I don't want her to get in trouble. I always want her to, you know, finish school and do what she's supposed to do. But at the end of the day, you know, I don't know nothing about being an uncle. I'm 3, 4 years older than you. You know what I'm saying? So probably 5 years older than you. You know what I mean? So I don't know much about being a role model for you at that age. So we kind of grew up together. I remember taking her to the park days, and you know what I'm saying? You know, letting her play, and, you know, just looking over her as a big brother would, not necessarily an uncle. But never mind the point. My sister just made a statement that, that, you know, she felt at times that she was in poverty. And she had to go stay with somebody else and do this and do that. Well, this is a shout out to my mama, because my mama always had her own. You know what I'm saying? My mama always had her own place, even, you know, no matter what was going on. If she was, you know, married at the time or single, my mama always had her own place. And, you know, I never seen my mama have to do that. I remember going to my grandma's house, but that was just so my grandma can watch me as my mama went to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't live with my grandma. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking my sister video. I actually love it. Like, you know, give me some insight about your life that I didn't know. Like, I didn't know what you know, went through. You know what I'm saying? I don't know a lot of things that you went through. I know some things, but I don't know a lot of things. Like, I remember bits and pieces of this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So I actually love my sister video. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that I never knew my mom to have to live with no family members. You know what I'm saying? I remember a couple family members coming to stay with us at one time and point. But, you know, that was just for a week, couple days, or whatever, until they stuff was ready, or until they was, you know, able to move into where they was going. You know what I mean? So, it just, I ain't gonna lie, to me, that video was like a slight shocker because I never knew my mom to be living with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I never knew my sisters went through that. And I got 3 older sisters. My oldest 2 sisters are, you know, they same mama, same daddy. So they, you know, probably was born, well, my older sister 51, so she probably was born, what, the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. Well, no, late 70s. I was born in 89. So she was born in like 60 something, like, right? Because she's 51. So they probably did go through way more, see way more than what I ever seen. And that's why I say this video like a shout out to my mama, because I didn't see those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't go through those things. Like, they girls. I'm the only boy. I got 3 sisters. And my aspect of life really was, you know, looking for that father figure, that role model. You know what I'm saying? And I got that throughout my brother-in-laws. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. to Brian. You know, that was like a daddy, big brother, you know, a role model, everything in one. You know what I'm saying? To me. So, you know, I ain't gonna lie, Kingston was good, you know what I'm saying, to what I know, like, of my knowledge of, you know, as trying to be a father figure, you know what I'm saying, like a big brother to me, you know what I mean. And then I had all my cousins. A lot of my cousins look at me as big cousin when they big cousin. So, I don't know, to me that's, you know, it's kind of weird, but it makes me smile because, you know what I'm saying, I try to hold it down. But at the end of the day, like, man, I never knew that for my sister though. I don't know what they went through in life. And then she was saying how, like, what my mama would do for their birthday, far as they cakes and stuff like this and like that. Like, I grew up loving that homemade birthday cake from mama. I don't need no store-bought cake. Mom, make that chocolate yellow cake that you make all the time. Make that cake for me. That's what I want for my birthday. And I don't mind fighting over the bowl with my sister Angie. You know what I mean? I didn't mind doing that because, you know, until Angie got old enough to not want the bowl no more. You know, she'll call the bowl and I have to get the sticks, or I try to call the bowl first so she can get the sticks. You know what I mean? But my mama would make us a cake for our birthday. And to me, that was better than a store-bought cake. Because this cake right here, cake pressure, mama made it, is good. I don't really care about no store-bought cake. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, probably back in those days with my sister growing up, she probably looked at it different. You know what I mean? So it's fine. It's not a big deal. And Shonda, I want to thank you, you know what I mean, for, you know, expressing that on your page, because in your channel. And I'm going to get the name right so y'all can go check it out for all of my subscribers. Y'all go subscribe to her channel, not because she my sister. She got good content. Her videos look good. Man, y'all go check her out, man. My mama on YouTube. Y'all see I be reposting my mama all the time. So y'all please go check her out. Check them out. I mean, it's just to, you know, and my mama is Mama T. For y'all that don't know, that's my mama. That's the lady I be posting, reposting her videos. That's Mama T. That's my mama. And that's who my sister's talking about. If I can some type of way get her video up for y'all to go check that out too. Man, I mean, I just never knew that about them. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things too, bro. It's a lot of things that they didn't want me to know or didn't expose me to. Cause I had a lot of anger issues growing up. You know, I ain't had my pops. I was in a house full of women all the time. But I always did boy type things. Video games, going outside, no shirt, no shoes, playing football, nigga knock. Just I always was involved with the boys, and you know, I never took the feminine side of life. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that being gay or being, you know, feminine as a man. I'm saying like I never was like, you know, soft or green, or you know what I'm saying? Like, there's been times my sisters got on my nerves and teased me about certain things, but you know, that's only because they knew the truth and I was blind to the truth. You know what I'm saying? I was naive, and I put a lot of belief in certain things, and they were trying to tell me, man, don't get your hopes up. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't want to hear that at the time because I ain't know no better. But once I got older and I learned, like, damn, y'all was right. I should never thought this, thought that, thought this, thought that. You know what I mean? So I had to grow up. I had to mature, you know. And this whole video, man, was just a shout out to my mama for, in my life, you know, always having her own, always being on her job, always doing what she had to do to support her family. Like, nigga, to me, I don't know. We was, how my sister said in her video, nigga, we was straight high class, like, not high class, but we was good. Like, we wasn't poor. Like you'll see some people in the projects, or, you know, we didn't have to grow off of noodles and hot dogs and stuff like that. Nah, nigga, my mama cooked and we was straight. We had, you know, washer and dryer in our own house. Even though we went through a time where we didn't have it, but washer and dryer, TVs and video games, and, you know, from my perspective, you know, video games, and my sister had a computer and we had internet and, like, you know, home phone. Like, my mom always had a car. Like, we wasn't like poverty poor, but we wasn't top notch on top of the game too. So and my sister said in her video also, like, she promised herself when she was younger that she wasn't gonna, you know, she was gonna buy everything she ever wanted and be able to be successful enough to go get it. And she had that type of motivation. I'll give you my life story on a whole different video because that's just more content and it just make more sense to do that in my own mind. But I give you my life story. I wasn't thinking of being successful. I think all her friends was on that level because she had friends that was popular. My sister was on cheerleading team. You know, she's very educated, as you can see if you go watch her videos. She's very smart, articulate. So me, my role models end up being not so the good boys in the later part of my life. So I ended up wanting to go that route. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think her peers and her role models was positive. So she, you know, wanted to do that and, you know, to make the difference because we both got the same mama. And regardless of the father figure, our mama was solid. You know what I mean? So I just want to drop a little video, man. I don't want to make it too long. to just say I appreciate my mama. Salute. I love you. You my day one. I'ma always love you. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of my heart, I can't wait to see you and hug your neck. And thank you. Just thank you, Ma, for being, you know, that lady. Thank you for being that day one. Thank you for being that soldier, that patriarch to our entire family. You know, you got great grands. Well, you not great grands, but you got great grands that look at you already and know that you the truth. You know what I mean? That's Grandma Tiny. And all my kids appreciate you, and I know all your other kids appreciate you. So I just want to tell you thank you, Mom, and I love you, and there ain't nobody like you in the world. And I want you to see this video. I want y'all to you know, whoever got accounts or whatever, YouTube accounts, do the same thing. You know what I mean? Show your appreciation in a different way. This my way of doing it for the family and for the world to see. Like Mama T on YouTube, known as Mama T. That lady the truth, man. And God has truly blessed her throughout her whole life. Like, to be where she at today, and you know, like to with all her struggles or whatever she's ever been through, like, you know, with losing her brothers and sisters and stuff like that, like, my mama is really, you know, the truth. And I had some great aunties, great uncles. Don't get me wrong. They got their own ways about themselves, like far as craziness, but they great people. You know what I'm saying? But cousins too. You know what I mean? So I just want to tell you thank you, Mama, and I love you. And thank you, Shonda, for your video. That was very heartwarming and touching to me, because that's something I never do. I ain't even finished watching the whole video. I stopped it to make my video because I was like, wait a minute. I didn't know Mama ever had to go through that. So Mama, after I was born, I guess throughout my life, Mama just put in that extra overtime, extra just hard work to make sure she didn't ever have to go through that again. And yeah, you know, I love my family and I appreciate y'all. And thank y'all for everything y'all do, especially my immediate. All my sisters, my mama, I salute y'all. I love y'all. You know, just thank y'all. Let's keep it going. YouTube, you feel me? Let's keep it going. Let's just drop these stories. You know what I mean? Let's get some laughs out of it. Let's try to do what we can, build it how we can build it. But yeah, I never knew that. I never knew that. In my eyes, my mama always was the truth, you know, and she still is. So love y'all. Salute. Have a good day. Y'all know who you rocking with. It's Coon.